Check it out. It's a Pedalboard of Doom. Hello everyone, welcome back. Over the years, I have actively sought out the weirdest guitar pedals that I could find. I would buy them, use them for a video, and then stick them on that shelf over there. But such magnificent pieces of modern engineering deserve to be used. So today I decided that I would use them to build a Pedalboard of Doom. What is a Pedalboard of Doom, you may ask? I would say that the characteristics of such a thing are that you can use it to unearth incredibly weird and at times even disturbing tones, and it uses the kind of pedals that you probably wouldn't bring to your Sunday church service. Before we get into it though, a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Dario, who are going to be releasing their brand new Expand pedalboard globally in February. The Expand is the pedalboard that I'm going to be using for today's build, and what sets this guy apart from the rest of the pack is the fact that it can expand or contract to fit your needs. No other pedalboard features this telescopability, which is extremely valuable as you add and subtract pedals. You can get it in this size here with 2 rows, or if you need something more compact, you can get this guy. I'm especially excited to put this one to use today. It's great quality, perfect for getting the job done, and you can pre-order them now from Dario.com or your favorite retailers. If you want to find more information on these pedal boards, hit the link in the description. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so these pedals that I've placed here are the ones that I'm going to be using for my daisy chain of doom and destruction. First today, I'm going to tell you quickly about what each one of these does. Then I'm going to do a time lapse as I put together the board. And then I'm just gonna get weird with it and see what kind of crazy tones I can come up with. So without further ado, the first pedal that I'm gonna be putting on my pedal board is the Charlie Stringer Snarling Dogs Addicted to Wah Psychoschematic Moltspore. It makes the kind of awful noises that the name would suggest. It's a wah with a ring modulator built into it. Next up will be the Mothership 2 Analog Synthesizer by Pigtronics. This pedal takes your guitar signal and uses that to trigger a completely new synthesized sound, which you have a fair bit of control over using these knobs here. From there, we're gonna go into what I call the resonance pedals. The first one being the Zvex Sequoia. This is a step-by-step filtration system, I guess. Imagine each of these little knobs is a tone knob on your guitar, and what it does is it jumps between them. Then I'm gonna plug into the Interstellar Orbiter by Earthquaker Devices. It's kind of like 2 automatic wahs moving through different parts of your sonic spectrum. Then I'm gonna go into the Micropog, which is an abbreviation of Polyphonic Octave Generator by Electro-Harmonix. This takes your guitar signal and duplicates it an octave higher or an octave lower. As far as weird pedals go, this one's fairly basic, but it's the only one that I have that does something like that, so it made the cut. We're then gonna move on to the drive or gain stage of the pedal board, and the first one of those pedals I'm gonna use is the Air Trash by Matoverse Electronics. Let me tell you, this pedal sounds like absolute garbage, and according to the website, that's exactly how it's supposed to sound. It is a match made in heaven for a Pedalboard of Doom. From there, I've got the super creepy decapitated baby doll distortion head thing. It is a distortion pedal that's built into this baby doll's head, which was then stapled back together and splattered in green paint. It was built by a mad scientist musical engineering YouTuber named Simon the Magpie. And then we're gonna head into the modulation type effects, the first of which being the Marshmallow Artificial Sweetener by Alexander Pedals. I don't really know how to explain what this one does. It makes things sound squishy. Next bass down the chain is Champion Lecky's The Woozy. This is a lo-fi modulation warper type thing that has such controls as sway, drags, love, hangover, backwash, and cheer. Next, we're gonna have the Cassidman pedal by Catlin Bread. It emulates a skipping CD, which is an absolutely horrible sound to my ear. The perfect kind of thing for this board. And next what we have is what I would call a housekeeping pedal, a Keeley Compressor Mini. Nothing weird whatsoever about this one, but with all the sounds that are gonna be coming through at this point, this is just here to kind of keep things level and under control. And then we have the Count to 5 pedal made by Montreal Assembly. This pedal makes it sound like your guitar is a swarm of chirping, happy angel crows. Then another housekeeping pedal, the Noise Suppressor NS2 by Boss. What this does is when I'm not playing, it just brings down the volume so that you don't hear all that extra hiss and whatever. The second last pedal is the Copper Sounds Telegraph. You press down this lever, and it cuts out your guitar signal, so you can get some cool kill switch type effects. Finally, rounding out my Pedalboard of Doom is the Red Panda Raster. This is another delay pedal that does weird stuff to the repetitions. At this point in the pedalboard, I just want something that can kind of add a little bit of environment to the sound. I've got the True Tone one-spot power supply to power all this stuff. I've got a frickin' whack of cables and Velcro ties here. Of course, we've got the D'Addario Expand pedal board, and all this stuff should get me where I want to go. Let's cue up a stock 80s hair metal track and do a montage and get this baby built. Now, I'm not usually one to pump their own tires, but I gotta say, this is a pretty good looking pedal board, some of my finer work. I think the move now is just plug it in and start having some fun with it. Everything powers up, everything works, which is great news. I think what I'll do now is just pick a couple pedals, jam out a bit with them, turning on one at a time, see what it sounds like. And of course, I've got to turn on everything at once, strum a G chord and see what kind of noise that makes. As I suspected, that was completely horrible. Let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum now and find something that's maybe even a little pretty. One of the cool things about the Sequoia and the Interstellar Orbiter is that when you get those automatic resonance filters going, it kind of creates a bit of a rhythmic pulse. Let's see what we can do with that. And here's a loop where I'm going to use the Mothership, the Marshmallow, and how about the Baby Doll Head? All right, I want to try to do something now that is within the realm of practical. So for that, let's use the Raster, the Woozy, the Count to 5 pedal, and then when I do the solo, I'm going to kick on the Air Trash. I don't think I've done anything with the mold spore yet, so let's use that, the Raster, and the Marshmallow. I could probably do this all day, but let's do one more here. Since it's the holiday season, I'm going to cue up a tone that will fit perfectly over top of a festive backing track. That was an adventure into some uncharted sonic spaces. I've got a couple thoughts on this. First of all, it didn't take long to come up with some really quite unique sounds. Are any of them overly useful? Well, that's up for debate. I do feel like I've only scratched the surface of what this thing can do though. I imagine that I'll enjoy experimenting with this now and then, searching for other whacked out tones, swapping pedals in and out, changing settings, changing up the order. I don't think this is the finished product. A pedal board is more of an ever-evolving project. What I guess I'm trying to say is that I don't think you've seen the last of this on this channel here. But for today, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the Pedalboard of Doom. Don't forget to check out the sponsor of today's video, D'Addario, and their new Expand pedal boards. The versatility of this thing makes it so that it's the only pedal board you're ever gonna need. And if you need to take it to your gigs, you can get these great cases here sold separately. The Expand drops worldwide in February. To find out more, hit the link in the description. Thank you all for watching, and an extra big thank you to everyone who supports my channel through Patreon. If you want to check out another video like this one, hit that link up there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to stay tuned for a wide range of music-related content. Until next time, look after yourselves, look after each other, look after the planet. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.